baby mother, they born with there.
Your pum pum bring life. Your tight pum pum bring life. Your pum pum bring life. Cock up now. Your pum pum bring life.
Me proud baby mother, they born.
Hey, Miss Griffith, cheese! Oh, God, come on. You got the end of the best that spracker. One bag of weed, a bomber clock grabber. One bag of girl like shabba. Lord, one bag of girl like get dagger. Lord, make the girl live with the hammer. Lord, make the girl buy for the mama. Lord, make a rascal ball and judge. Oh, God, what you telling me, man? Lord of his mercy. Jump in this bitch. How you mean? You never know how Peppa Pig's parents that meet up in a... You hear me? Yo. Yeah? What you saying? One more, yeah? Hey, girl. Sit on.
Your pum pum bring life.
Me proud baby mother, they born with there.
Your pum pum bring life. Your tight
Pum pum bring life.
Your pum pum bring life.
Cock up, man. Hey, Miss Piggy.
Your pum pum bring life.
Me proud baby mother, they born.
Bad. Yo, come on, man. What you telling me? Ah? Oh, man. Come on, we dream locking up in this bitch. So, let's start the drive. Oh, yeah, mate. Yeah. Wow, just type, bring, yeah, man. Yeah, you shy that. Shout out to the proud baby mother them. Yo, hey. Yeah, you see when Colado dropped that tune there? Oh, man. Oh, man. Jeez. Mad. Yo, sir. Yeah. Me here, sir. One sec, though. Let me big up for them in the place, man. Come on. Stack the light button. You know what? Actually, we go this way. Oh, look like there's one bag of traffic down there, sir. Down there, sir. Yeah, me. Look like there's one bag of traffic down there, sir. Yo. So shout out Licky. Don't smoke no sicky. When we ride out, it's Tupac and Biggie. Oh, go on. We tell him. Come on. Big up the licks. There. Hold tight, Kane Blizzard. How are them feel like? Come on, my G, there. Yo, I think what's the insane? Jupiter sings that intro better on her channel. Wait, hold on, wait, you got Jupiter doing the Yaga, yeah? I need to hear that still, that would be funny. Yaga, they in the Benz like Spracker. One back of weed and bumper clock crapper. Yeah, hey, that would actually be funny still. I want to hear that still. Yeah, man, someone record it next time so I can hear it. Yeah? Make sure you record it next time, yeah? Alright. Anyway, yeah, shout out. Man like Carnito. Hey, walk on. What you telling me? Huh? Mad. Jeez. Louis, Sharice, and all of them galley. Yeah. Old tight. Disco Devil. Come on. I mean, I see you the cock up when he said, shout out me proud baby mother them. Yo. Yeah, man. Yaka. Yeah. So, shout out Bunga Bunga, never die for hunger. Come on. We need to get rid of Trump cars to make the market pump. God damn. Yo. America being a powerhouse, so you can just invest in the S&P 500 to get your minimum 10% annually. He's trying to fuck that up, cuz. God damn, Trump. You Cheeto ass motherfucker. Don Cheeto. Yeah, man. Alright, shout out Bunga. Shout out Empress Sakina. Walk on. Come on. I am it. Yeah, bad secretary. Mad. Outside God the Jacob. Come on. What you saying? You still alright for the orange Cheeto, yeah? Jeez. Man said I'm a throw vacation, you know. Word. Alright, man. Yeah, sir. Let's remove that one. Yeah. Yeah. Does anyone know who Steve Wozniak is? Huh? Cause you know what happens, yeah? Anytime any of us guys are calling Elon Musk a dickhead, these men are gonna tell us, but what business have you created? You ain't no big business, man. You can't say Trump's dumb. Look, he created Tesla. He never created it, but yeah. I'm on 20. Yeah, he's the Apple co-founder. Yeah. He's the Apple co-founder, the co-founder of the Apple. Yeah, shout out Apple Charlotte. He's in there for time. Anyway. Yeah, wait, was there someone trying to jump on? It's just these fucking weirdos. Brother, listen, pussy hoes. Stop typing your gay shit in the back, man. What's wrong with you, fam? Right. Go somewhere else, cuz. Like, hey, this is weird. Alright, let me read out what these dudes are typing. Right here. You sound like a flat earther. As deranged as Musk is a Nazi coward. What the fuck are you talking about? That doesn't even make sense. You should be president of America. You're way smart. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? How does anything that was typed in the back chat even make sense to any of the points that's even been made so far? Yeah. All right, Steve, talk to them.
I'm biased against him because I own a Tesla, and I've had Teslas, and I've spoken on national TV shows about how he lied to us about driving himself across the country by the end of 2016, and then by the end of 2017, and he got money from us, stole money from us to try to upgrade to the one that would do it when they wouldn't. And I've spoken that way. Well, guess what happened? My X account got blocked 2 or 3 months ago, and I follow every single step to prove that I'm really who I am, and I can't get it unblocked. And I don't know if they're doing that deliberately, but I never really posted on X. I never ever violated any rule or anything, but maybe it's because I was on the wrong side of Elon. I haven't even talked about how bad the Teslas are. Every step up where they changed things in the car, it got worse and worse and worse. And now it is just miserable for user interface. Coming from Apple, user interface, the way you deal with technology.
Oh.
Tesla is the worst in the world at that. Nothing makes sense in that car intuitively. I mean, you have to go searching in menus until you stumble into finding it. It's horrible. I definitely think that we should look for inefficiencies in government, just mass firings. Not good for a business to run that way. So it should be done, I guess, more surgically with a scalpel instead of a sledge.
Yeah, but you know what? I ain't drove a Tesla before, still, so can't really comment on it. But I know that out of the self-driving modes on cars, I think Tesla's the only one you can take your hands off the steering wheel. Still self-drive, but boy. Yeah, man, so Trump and Elon's mashing up the stock market, cuz. Yeah. Yo, Elon rolled out Trump to buy a Tesla at the White House and all them things there. But yeah, it's crazy still, man. But yeah, it's crazy still, man. You know? Jeez. Hey, walk on.
Oh, hi, Billy.
What's
Morning.
up, man? Good, yeah? Morning. Walk on, man.
Yeah, I
I've got
finished
a bit
with
of
the
a cold.
dentist yesterday. It was terrible. I had a root canal. It was awful. Oh, I'm still in recovery. So if I sound a bit groggy, it's because of that.
Man. Oh, mate. Man. Yeah, man, so we're
Fella,
talking
I
about
just wanted to say something to
that.
you. I know this is a bit off the subject, but it's on our favourite topic, Islam and Africa. Have you noticed that a lot of these African Muslims, they don't have native names? They've all that their first name is Arab, their second name is Arab. They just it just and obviously the Quran has to be read in Arabic. It's like because the same is not for it's not the same for Christians. If you speak to a lot of African Christians, they have a native name. They may have a first name that is Christian, like Hebrew with links to Hebrew, but they've got a native African surname. But these, and obviously nobody's reading the Bible in Aramaic, the language of Jesus. But these Muslim Africans, they've got to read Arabic, they've got to have Arabic names. Their culture gets wiped out. Have you noticed that?
Say that they're getting Arabized.
Yeah, they're completely. Because I don't know any.
I'll tell you who would disagree with you. Yeah, Asketty would try to disagree with you still, but like we have made that as a point to him before. Still, like right, he talks about like right, you man have got European surnames or first names or rah. I mean, Papa, you got Arab first name and surname, cuz. But it is what it is, isn't it, man?
Yeah, but
What it is, B.
the people. It's not fair that Caribbeans and African Americans. That is a different thing because theirs is slavery. But someone like me and my mum, we all have native names, surname and first name. We may have a Christian name, but we do have native first names and surnames. But them Somalian man, they don't have a native Somali name. They don't have they're all just Arabized. And it's the same thing for a lot of those African Nigerians
What
too.
about the Muslims in Nigeria? Is it the same with that as well? They got that.
A lot of them,
They got
a lot
that.
of them
Arabic names as well, yeah.
like the Hausa ones, all the Hausa ones I know, they all have Arab names. They've got an Arab first name, they've got an Arab second name. The what should we call it? The Yoruba ones, I know the Yoruba Muslims, they have Arab first names, they have Arab second names, and then sometimes they'll have a native Yoruba name, but that's a middle name that they put in. But they always tend to go with the Arab Muslim name, the first and the second name. It's very, very, very strange. And so he's making a moot point. Askety, you are Arabized. That is what Islam is. Islam is Arabic culture. That's what it seeks to Arabize people and wipe them out. That's how you people are all dressing like you're Arab. That's how you've all got that white thing, that white dress, that Arab clothing that you all wear. You got all got their names. You can't even read your holy book that you say came from God, from Allah. Apparently it came through. It came in Arabic. You're forced, but no. How many Christians can read Aramaic and even speak Aramaic? We can't. You know what I mean? So Christianity didn't wipe out people's cultures the way Islam did. But Askety can come on, and Askety, you can't have a debate with Askety because that brother's always drunk.
I'll say less, bro. But yo, hey, Betty, listen, yeah. Today's show was going to be speaking about society be run on a meritocracy, yeah. But like, it's really a trick question, right? Because a meritocracy would be a good way to run a society if we had equal opportunities to the training to put us on it, so it really does filter out the best of the best and put people in top positions. But at the moment, things ain't really like that, right? That if I've got enough money to send my children to private school or to certain private schools and private nurseries, they'll have access to employers and employments that your public school children or state school children, because you know it's more weird anyway, because they say public school when they mean
private.
They say public school when they mean private, yeah. So state school children wouldn't have the same access to certain opportunities. Maybe a few might filter through if they get like scholarships to, say, Oxford or Cambridge or one of those sort of Uxbridge sort of universities or whatever.
Can I just say big up to Askety and big up to the chat room and Dean in the chat room. You know, these big words that you're using now, like, what did you call that word?
Meritocracy. Meritocracy. Yeah, basically, yeah, it's a bit of a finesse, right? Because obviously, like, the people at the top have already clocked how to stay on top of the game, innit?
Yeah.
So saying that we want things run, but by having people who's got the best skills, while having access to give more training or the correct training to one set of children and not to the others, doesn't mean that we could be running on a meritocracy, right? Because we're not getting the same level of training. We're not getting the same level of education. We're not getting the same level of access to opportunities and rah. So how can it really be a meritocracy?
Oh, so does a meritocracy mean that we're getting the same opportunities? Is that what it's meant to mean?
Well, that basically that the best person is supposed to be selected for the different roles that are available in it. So.
Oh yeah, that's not true. Yeah, of course, because these people, like, one thing I see in England and the entrenched class system, they are families in this country that have been in power for like 700 years. There's a family called the Grosvenor family. They own huge parts of London. I think this most properties in London. Yeah, but they've been.
Grosvenor just got kind of oldest the oldest heir died in it and passed it down to he just got, and it was all tax free as well.
Yeah, the Grosvenor family.
So he paid no tax. Yeah. He didn't pay no tax on his inheritance. So.
And there were slave owners as well. So power hasn't changed hands for like 700 years. Now that's really, like, I was complaining about Dangote. You know, his family in Nigeria, his great grandfather was the richest man in West Africa. Yeah. So he came from an upper class family. So Dangote is not something to celebrate because power hasn't changed hands. If your great grandfather was the richest person in West Africa in the 1950s, and then now your great grandson is the richest African man. Yeah, it's not something to celebrate. Power hasn't changed hands. The average Nigerian is not getting a chance. The same thing in England. This Grover family have been in power for hundreds of years. Power is not changing hands. It's not a meritocracy. You must be joking. How does one family stay in power for 700 years if there's equality of me, Vele, who some of the average people's children can become a somebody and get to the reins of power, and we have equal opportunity? It's just bullshit, man. It's just what the ruling classes like to feed us so we don't revolt. But no, hell no. And like you said, they didn't pay any tax. When the slave owners paid compensation, they paid it to the slave owners. Us, me and Vele, or people whose ancestors were enslaved, we ended up paying tax to free our fucking ancestors 100 and something years ago. It does not. It's not a meritocracy.
Me 17.
Say that again.
Up to 2017.
Yeah, like how is that fair? It's a wicked system. No, we don't have free opportunity, and anybody, like they say, like in America, anybody can become a president. It's not the same in the UK. Anyone can't become the prime minister or gets the reins of power. There's bare nepotism in the UK, even going to Oxford and Cambridge, bare nepotism. They even have,
Mel B's daughter done a series on Channel 4 about being a nepo baby, and basically what she said herself, I'm no good at art or whatever. I'm gonna do a show, an art show, but I'm gonna speak to an art student and get them to try to do the same thing and see which one of us will be able to get a studio and get our art seen by the public and blah blah blah. And obviously, because she's Mel B's daughter, she ended up getting like appraisers coming in to appraise art, and some of them, they were saying, "Oh yeah, that will go for like £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 and all that sort of shit." And then she's like, "Brother, I can't even draw. I just thought, let me just put this there, that there, and rah rah rah." Like no teaching or no training to it. And there's someone that's been to university to do that, that's got a degree in arts or whatever, doing painting and blah blah blah, that can't even get one of their paintings seen in any of the public galleries or whatever. Or
But the art scene is just a racket. They're running a racket anyway. You know that? Do you remember that dirty old British? No, she's British, but I think she's like one of her parents is from Greece or somewhere like that. Anyway, Tracy Emin, the dirty girl with the dirty bed and the period knickers and the condoms. She became the professor of art, or the head of art. That gal can't draw. Do you know what I mean? So it just shows you that the art world is full of lots of people that can't draw. They just either, like I said, they're either nepo babies, or they do shock value, like Tracy, and like put a period knickers on and her used condoms and like call it art and then get somewhere.
Yeah, that's mad still. Mad what you can get away with, and what they're, depending on your different class level, your access to, or your social circle or whatever, how people will see it. Like some of these people have just been living off of, I don't know, interest gained money from God knows when, and they're looked at, these were, but fucking someone that's standing on and struggling, trying to find work or whatever, they're looked at as scumbags or whatever. Like it's kind of upside down the way we sort of label the people in society. It's mad.
That's why they complain about the class system in the UK, because it's quite rich.
And you know what? Yeah, enough of these working class men are such dick suckers to the fucking 0.1%ers that don't give two shits about them. They'll use you like toilet paper.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Stockholm syndrome. Stop.
Why you man suck these man's batty so much? Cause like every time I'm saying, yo, these men need to be, they need to bring in some fucking sort of wealth tax or something. Because how the fuck can, do you know what I'm saying? That yeah, how the fuck can they be now? They're going for the disabled people's benefits. Yeah, the disabled people were disabled, innit? Like they're the reason why they're getting their benefits or whatever is because they actually can't go to work, innit? Like whatever their disability is keeping them from being able to get into any sort of work. So why they always punch downwards, never upwards, never going for the people at the top. My man's excuse was, Keir Starmer's moving like Maggie Thatcher right now. Trust me. He might as well be fucking Keir Thatcher. Cause like, I don't know how any of these men are trying to tell me that Keir Starmer's some left-wing dude. What a left-wing politician that attacks pensioners, disabled people, and people on benefits. No. That don't even make sense.
It's Britain's an oligarchy. That's what Britain is. It's ruled by these families. Like, the problem with Britain is like I was watching, like, like I was researching my Bayesian ancestors, like slavery, yeah. So I came across this Drake's estate. It was one of the, I think it's the biggest slave owner in Barbados.
Yeah, it's Drax. Drax estate.
Yeah. And obviously the descendant is a Tory MP. So then I saw some of these well-meaning English.
They keep protesting outside his house as well, isn't it?
That's it. I saw the Bayesian brother and the English people, well-meaning people, trying to bring attention to the fact that.
I think we done a show on that. I swear we done a show on that on G Block as well. So.
Oh, did you do?
I swear we did. I'm not even too sure still, but go on, carry on.
But what I felt like was these English people are never going to free black people because they've not been able to get rid of these families that have been in power for 700 years. How would they free us? They're enslaved economically. They pay for our ancestors too. The likes of Wendy, Jupiter, all these people, their taxes went to free our ancestors too. How are they going to free us when they can't free themselves? They can't get rid of this Grover family that have been ruling for 700 years. And that goes to those English.
They man ain't trying to get rid of them. They're not trying to get rid of them though. They want to get rid of all the immigrants,
people,
asylum seekers, and any person of color that just generally gets on their nerves. You know what I'm saying? So man don't care about them. Man don't care about nothing like that. Every time we speak about anything to do with inequality, anything to do with poverty, anything to do with the reasons why crime rates are high in whichever area it is, whether it's a white area, black area, so on. So the correlating factor is there's low employment, poor education, and no opportunities. So what happens there? People just start to try to make their own opportunities.
But like you said, the average native white English person, they don't understand that the Grover family, they are families in this country that have been in power for hundreds and hundreds of years. Yeah. Milking them, making them pay slave reparations to the slave owners. And they don't get it. They're too busy worried about people in a rubber dinghy coming into Britain illegally, calling it invasion in a children's paddling pool. Do you know what I mean?
What it is that, like, I would say sub, because obviously #.all, and I would really say the right wing gang and the far right dons, they don't really care about any of the top wealthy families that have like European ancestry doing what they're doing. They're more worried about the people on the street, innit? So, man's got like a Turkish barber shop that looks like it's a front for something else or whatever that, but I want to get rid of that first.
Well, how can life improve? Because the people in power, these ruling families that have been in power for centuries, they are the ones that are making the decisions. They are the ones that are making the decisions about the housing, the resources. It's not the Turkish barber that's like probably funneling some money from Albanian mafia to have a couple of shops all over the place doing cutting hair for like £5. Do you know what I mean? That he's not in power. He's not the one making decisions about how many houses are built, what land is used. It's these families. Like I watched a documentary on YouTube, and it went through all the ruling families in Britain that have been in power for fucking centuries, and I was shocked, fella. Like centuries, you know. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of them were slave owners. And some of them, like I think the Grover family, I think they're the one that came through William the Conqueror. I think they're connected to William the Conqueror. You know, that Dutch guy.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how the fuck why can't we concentrate on them? It's only those people. Did you call it Drakes? Those English people that were outside. Drats. It's only those English people that are aware of what's going on. But they don't have enough power. They don't have enough following. The average working man hasn't got a clue. He's not worried about William the Conqueror's family staying in power for years, for centuries, or the Normandy families, the Normans that came from France, staying in power in years and herding people into their little plantations that they call like the council estate, while they have land that they get EU substances from, like where they can put a couple of sheep on.
Central London, yeah. There was magic in Central London, like literally, basically in Westminster, across the road from Houses of Parliament. There's that council estates and all that as well, isn't it? Like, so.
Yeah. And you got the old style council estates as well. That's what shocked me.
Yeah, so some people were living in poor accommodation, but like right in central London. So it's like, okay, like if you're out of work in them areas there, but like it's peak for you first.
Yeah, it's just like, because some of the properties that you have in London were knocked down in Manchester in the 1970s. I mean, the 1990s. So when I went down to London and I saw that, I said, "Oh my God, this is like Art Deco, like 1920s, the 1960s." I was really shocked that you people still got. Because I met some of the housing tenants there, that because they were like there was a housing conference that one of the guys, Ian, invited me to, because he lives in one of them estates. And I was shocked at some of the disrepair in the council properties and housing association properties in London. Like, but it's just amazing. I don't know how do we go about getting rid of these families that are just oppressing the people?
Oh, you want to know, yeah? Is that it's really the obviously it's got to be the most radical thing in it, like the actual a system change, but no one's really willing to make them sort of steps. Like they don't. No one's not even pushing hard enough for it to go from first past the post to proportional representation, let alone calling for any sort of equality or whatever. Like, so if that simple shit's not going to change, then boy, the rest of the stuff is a super uphill struggle right now. You hear me?
Yeah, because they have people distracted looking at Palestine and looking at anything that's not going on here. That's what they do. I notice. Worry about animals getting killed in Africa, like illegal poaching in Africa, instead of worrying about decent housing here. Worry about anything abroad, then actually worry about your circumstances that you can actually change. Because all these things that are going on in Palestine, Africa, Afghanistan, you can't change as a working person here, but you can change what's going on your doorstep. Yeah. So they give people better. I'm not saying that Palestine and all those things don't matter, but what I'm saying is it's a distraction for the workers so they don't revolt. That's what it's about. They don't want you looking at your circumstances here. That's why constantly they've got you looking at people in rubber dinghies, invading Britain in rubber dinghies that a lot of times pop, and a considerable amount of those people actually end up drowning. They want you looking at them. Yeah, they don't want
We
you.
run this video quick, Betty, yeah?
Okay.
Literally ethnically cleanse the indigenous population out of existence, kill them on a scale that has hardly been equal, and refer to them as savages. That's an achievement. Who's the savage? The first time I encountered this was in a little town in Massachusetts called Deerfield. It's a reconstruction of what that little town looked like in colonial America. And in front of each house is a plaque that explains something about this house. And then description. On the 18th of October of 1702, the savages attacked. The first time I saw this, the savages. You come in here, destroy everything these people have, and they are the savages. That's an interesting move.
It is.
You know?
I hadn't thought of that before.
Think about it.
But still. Yeah, but you know what, yeah? I wasn't even supposed to play that video still. That was a mistake still, but yeah, that was for Mulatto anyway, yeah. I'm gonna play that for when he comes through, yeah.
Yeah, he's really good though. Isn't he? He's really good, that guy. Is he a professor?
Richard Wolf.
Richard, yeah. Richard Wolf and stuff. He's a really, do you know what I mean? Just like, but like someone's just put George Orwell. Even he was part of the elite, and even he can't play. He wrote that book, Animal Farm. He was warning people about what's going on, and he benefited from it. Do you know what I mean? And
About the liars making other people lie, yeah? 'Cause that's what happens. The big guys lie, and then now, the people that want to stand on their side, they'll want to start lying about the lies that the big man's told.
yeah,
It's like, right. It's really real. The man them will lie. Oh, the big guys will make the man them lie. The man them will lie happily.
yeah. I don't know.
Let me
Like,
quickly play this one video, yeah, that was related to what we was talking to, yeah, about the benefits, yeah. Then we're gonna get into a meritocracy video. We'll have to stop and pause on that, yeah. But let's run this one real quick.
Speaker, disabled people in my constituency are frightened. And they're frightened because they're again hearing politicians use the language of tough choices. And they know from bitter experience that when politicians talk about tough choices, it means the easy option of making the poor and vulnerable pay. So instead of cutting benefits for disabled people, wouldn't the moral thing to do, the courageous thing to do, be to make a real tough choice and introduce a wealth tax on the very wealthiest people in our society?
Well, Mr. Speaker,
Let me pause it for a sec. What do you think about that? Would it have been a more courageous move by Keir Starmer to say, "Yo, listen, things are getting brought down in the UK. You might actually have the money to be able to sustain the hit or whatever. We're gonna instate a wealth tax."
of course, but he's not going to do it because he's an establishment man. Keir Starmer, he was the head of crime prosecution. That's why he was put in power. That's why they had to go at Jeremy Corbyn, because Jeremy Corbyn would have done that. He would have put a wealth tax there. Yeah. But because that's why they didn't want to get him in. That's why they slurred him with anti-Semitism lies. But Keir Starmer, he's not going to do that. He's going to serve the ruling elites. That's why, you know what I mean? He's not for us.
And you know what's mad though, yeah? All the people that's complaining about Keir Starmer in the chat right now, yeah, is when I was talking about, fuck that, he snaked Jeremy Corbyn, blah, 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 this, that, and the other, and look what they done to Diane Abbott, blah, blah, blah. All these men were going, you're extreme left there, you're extreme left wing, rah. And I'm saying, okay. So when Keir Starmer comes in and starts fucking up the place, yeah, and blah, 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 I don't want to hear about, Keir Starmer, because he really snaked the people them to get to the top position, innit? Like, So, and obviously these people that he did snake was actually trying to make an actual real change in it. Like, if Jeremy Corbyn, like you said, if Jeremy Corbyn won the election, there would definitely be a wealth tax. He said, first day, I would end homelessness and all them sort of things. They're like, fucking hell. Like, like, God damn. A couple things will be different right now.
But I think it is a great agenda in having huge inequality in Britain, because I think they use these all these working class people that they have fighting with like illegals or whatever over the scraps that the ruling class throw out. They use these man for all the imperialistic new colonial wars. Because when I used to live on the border of Germany and the Netherlands, I used to fly from Dusseldorf and I used to run into bare British man from Liverpool, Runcorn on the plane. Because obviously I used to fly into Manchester. They were flying into Manchester. And it's bare of them that they use their foot soldiers, cannon fodder. Those are the people, those areas, Runcorn, Liverpool, are run down. And they use them as cannon fodder, for the imperialistic wars, because there's a British base near Dusseldorf in Germany. So that's why I was running into them. But I don't know if those people understand that they're cannon fodder.
Yeah, I'm saying tax the fucking billionaires and make their pips squeak, cuz, man. Yeah, man, make them pips squeak, cuz, God, like, differently, these men have been able to avoid legally paying into the system as much as anyone else or whatever. And obviously anyone else would do that if you had the dough to or whatever. Of course you would try to not pay anything you would, innit? But like at the time the same thing happened at the end of World War II. They put fucking taxes on the wealthy people and the richest in society so they could help rebuild the country.
Yeah, this is it, but like the rich really hide their wealth really well, because that's what a lot of the Caribbean, a considerable amount of the Caribbean is for, isn't it? The British Virgin Islands, they are islands in the Caribbean that are used to, when they were the Caribbean was about to get independence, and places in Africa, the British, managed to set up all these tax havens. Yeah. So that is what many of these countries in the Caribbean, like the British Virgin Islands, are used to stash money so they don't have to pay tax with all these shell companies. Countries like Belize in Central America. That's what the British were using these places
These men
for.
are such cucks, yeah. Hey, Betty, listen, these men are such cucks, yeah, to fucking the wealthy 0.1% that are just, they're living in socialism, yeah, while we're living in real capitalism, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Swear down, these men are living in socialism, yeah, they're 0.1%. But man just floating about and just you know what I mean? Like, yeah, why, right. I'll spell you, it's a hard knock life for us. Yeah, because, like, yeah. So, I don't know why you man are capping for these man, cause, like,
They will pay.
I don't know why you man are capping for these man, cause, like, and differently, yeah, the system was been fucking skewed, yeah, to fucking hold some back and fucking allow others to get through, yeah. But, like, it feels like sometimes people are scared of losing their little one step up that they feel like they've got within the society if real actual equality comes into place. Like the man them are crying right now about the justice system, because it ain't the government that's brought this in, yeah, it's the courts, like the courts that do the sentencing,
Yeah.
So they brought in a thing where they said they want to look at the obviously because people like people of ethnic minority backgrounds have been receiving longer jail terms for different crimes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they said that they wanted to be looking into people's ethnicity and so on, so to see that we're not over sentencing one set of people and under sentencing another set of people. Yeah. So right now, Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, when if equality actually comes into play and things start to be like equal for everyone, like everyone has like uh, um the everyone has equal rights and everyone has like equal opportunities, just not like equal outcomes, just equal opportunities or whatever. Yeah, then people will start to complain in it. That's feel like, oh, we're being targeted, but you ain't just because it's just to make things equal. That's what they're gonna do, innit? But it don't even make sense that people are crying about that.
It's like what you say. I think some of the people that I disagree in, they don't want equality. They want to be oppressed. They just what they want is an extra. They want the like
No, because they can see their man have got 10,000 cookies, yeah, but they've got 3 cookies, but someone over there's got 1 cookie in it. Where they're like, fuck that, bro. I'm not trying to be equal with the 1 cookie, man. You get me? Like, so fuck that. We ain't trying to stop nothing.
or maybe it's also a fear of the ruling classes. I think there's a lot of fear in Britain with the working class of the ruling classes, because I noticed the French, when they moved the pension in Britain from 5 years, from is it 60 to 65, no British person went on the street to protest. But when the French moved the pension 2 years, them men were out on the fucking street protesting, and it was only 2 years. And that's what I was saying.
I did
It's
it.
of the British
French
mentality.
NHS ain't in the same issues as the British one as well. It's mad, isn't it? They're good. I think they can get appointments straight away and shit.
Yeah, and I've heard that they said their pension is more. I'm sure
And they got decent.
the French got a bigger.
Yeah, they got better pension, but they pay higher taxes though. But they got better public services, transport.
Better
I
pension.
don't know if they got better living conditions or whatever.
Low retirement age, and that's what I'm saying. That I think the British have been oppressed for so long. Them man don't they like their oppression. They like their oppressor. They think their oppressor really cares for them. That's why you see them moaning in the chat now. And I'm pointing.
Alright, let me play the rest then, yeah. Listen to what Keir Starmer's answer is to the guy asking for a wealth tax, yeah. So we had a little chat as well, and that's we could break up the video. But let's play this little bit here and then see what Keir Starmer's answer is. You just see that, well, how can anyone try to claim that Keir Starmer is like a left-wing MP? Like, behave yourself, man. Let it play. Is it gonna play? I'm not even too sure, you know, if I got it from the right one. Let's see. Ah, man, I gotta fucking load it again, man.
Technical problems.
With
Technical problems.
there we go. Got it the right way now.
Disabled people in my constituency are frightened. And they're frightened because they're again hearing politicians use the language of tough choices. And they know from bitter experience that when politicians talk about tough choices, it means the easy option of making the poor and vulnerable pay. So instead of cutting benefits for disabled people, wouldn't the moral thing to do, the courageous thing to do, be to make a real tough choice and introduce a wealth tax on the very wealthiest people in our society?
Well, Mr. Speaker, the party opposite left a broken welfare system which locks millions out of work. That is indefensible, in my view, economically and morally. Of course, we need to support people who need support. We need to help those who want to work to get back into work, and I think there's a moral imperative in that. He talks about a wealth tax. We have raised money, the energy profits levy, taxing non-doms and air passenger duty on private jets. But this isn't a bottomless pit, and we must kick-start growth to get the economic stability that we need.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if that non-doms taxing thing or whatever is really equivalent to some sort of wealth tax.
Yeah, wealth tax.
Man. I feel like that's a weak way out still, man. Doing the non-doms thing, innit?
Sorry, so I was just making a little bit of breakfast. I didn't quite hear everything. Did you say something about wealth tax? I think the guy said it was a braver thing to actually tax the wealthy.
Yeah, to do the wealth tax, man, than to go after the people on benefits and so on and so on. And anyway, it's like one of the smallest parts of the thing paid out, and it's really for the most needy in society. And it's, these men are trying to say that people are scamming some big bread or whatever, while they're not going after any of the people that got away with doing these fake contracts during COVID for PPA that was worth hundreds of millions or whatever. What about all that? That's going to help the economy more than taking away man's disability allowance.
What about that Michelle McMahon? Michelle McMahon, remember the
Michelle Mone.
Mone, Michelle Mone. Yeah, the bar lady. And she never gave...
Led by Donkeys done a video. They done a video, where on one, and it was played on a yacht, like, you know, like on a large screen sort of thing. But they projected it onto her yacht. About how she scammed the money and that.
I'll have to watch that. I'll have a watch that video. But this is what I mean, and she never felt like to give it back, and then she's in the House of Lords as well, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Baroness.
Yeah, Baroness.
Sure.
And you know what? It's almost like this country is run by people like Marie Antoinette. If the poor cannot have bread, let's eat cake. Yeah, they literally want... I think that the rich literally want to eat the poor. That's what they're doing. They're eating the poor. Because I remember years ago, like 20 years ago, I didn't see people sitting outside the supermarket begging. But now...
I mean, I hear what you're saying as well, you know, like, you would see that in, like, well-to-do areas. Like, right now, the man them are begging in the hood. Like, the hell? You can't be, the man them are begging in the bumper cloud hood. Like, the brethren, the people that you're begging for, you probably got fucking bare issues and bills and so as well, cause like, struggling for this, that, and the other, bro.
And you know what? They don't move. You know, before when it first started, they used to move them on, but they'd secure it. They don't move them on anymore. There's one that's permanently stationed outside my local Aldi's. There's one permanently stationed in Hume, Astor. And it's not just one of them. Sometimes there's two beggars, professional, beggars, and you just think, the world it's really got the state of the economy and the benefit cuts and the lack of opportunity. It's got bad. And then another thing I want to say in terms of the job, because these man them are always talking about, Keir Starmer, the lifestyle choice to be on benefits and get job. Look, listen, when I was in 20, I used to work as a checkout girl, and part-time, and the mothers used to come in from 9:30 to 2:30, so they drop off the kids and then leave, at 2:30. You don't see a checkout girl no more. Now the machines are taking over. The rise of the machines. What job do you want people to do when the machines are doing the people's jobs? Even the checkout girl got the can. I didn't see none of these so-called man them, like these rich people and all you people that support the Tories and the benefit, because I didn't see you people, say anything about the checkout girl losing her job. You people are more than happy to use that stupid self-checkout machine. And then this is what I mean. People are not seeing, like, they're telling you, go and get a job. Which jobs do they want you to get? That fucking self-service machine is in Lidl, it's in Aldi's, Tesco's, Sainsbury's, it's everywhere. I don't even know. I don't go Costco, so I don't know if even in Costco they got that self-checkout machine that they don't have to pay a pension, they don't have to give it holiday pay, they don't have to give it maternity leave, they don't have to give it sick pay. It's the machines. Like, YouTube profit, the machines, just like that iRobot and finger and whatchamacallit, Will Smith's movie, the rise of even Terminator, the rise of the machines. Yeah, someone saying artificial intelligence. Yeah, the rise of the machines. Like, I know people are saying, oh, well, the checkout girl, it wasn't a great look. It was all right for me as a little student, part-time job as a student. But the fact of the matter is, there were some people, like some of those mothers who are actually needed that wage. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, I beg you, have like people wake up, people. These man, they're not protecting people's jobs. The same way they got rid of the miners.
You could get a wage, yeah. Something like this is what a lot of people don't count as well. A lot of people that claim benefits actually have a job.
Yes.
They're actually working.
Yeah, they're working.
So they're getting money on top of the wages.
Yeah, either getting universal credit or
the wages not enough.
Tax credit and tax credit.
Man, them saying that they want this proper free market to really open up and be free. That means people will be able to pay you less than what they're paying you in the free market. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what that free. It's like that free. That.
Sure, you don't want that free market like that.
Fruit and veg fella, the fruit and veg thing that they always free trade. That's another thing that's a scam. Because, like you said, the countries in the global south that grow the food and have the resources can't impose tariffs on the richer countries like Germany that ship tomatoes and like onions to Cameroon and undercut the Cameroonian farmer because of this free trade deal. Because
what about the chocolate as well? One of the chocolate farms in Ghana, where they said it's fair trade or whatever, and they've got kids working on there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like, and they don't pay the kids. They're like 10, 11. Some of them are trafficked from.
Or they pay them less than whatever the adults get or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's true. Anyway, whatever. The children there are just like not supposed to be supposed to be in it. Whatever education or whatever.
Yeah, some of them are not in school. Some of them are trafficked as well. But you don't see these dons complaining about that. They're happy to buy their child chocolate bar, and they say we've got to worry about. But what they got? They got to be in the bonnet about Congo, aren't they? Like they're going on Congo and going on about. And another thing they're always going on about palm oil, going on about it's environmental damage, destroying the environment. But it's destroying the environment in Indonesia. That shit don't happen in Ghana and Nigeria. It's not happening. The devastation that you see caused by palm oil is Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, them places where it's over farmed. But they don't make that distinction. But all these things that are going, there's so much anyway, ready to talk about, to tell the honest truth. But I ain't got no solutions. I'm just, contributing to the topic. But it won't be long before, even fact, and I know I shouldn't, I wanted one of those robot vacuum cleaners. Because I can't afford this, but I don't know how much those vacuum cleaners are. They're about £200-300 the robots. But I was fascinated, people. I was watching TV one day, and then I saw something moving around. I said, "Oh, a robot vacuum. Oh, I would like what is that? Like, you know what I mean?" And this is how they seduce you, the machines, and this is how the people seduce you into it. Because at first, these things seem like, oh yeah, it's a good idea, isn't it? And then you realize, hang on here, if you get a robot vacuum cleaner, it's a lot smaller, isn't it? The parts, someone's going to be out of a job.
What is it? Really? You're talking about the circle vacuum cleaner thing that just goes around the house.
Yeah, the robot.
Is it the circle thing? Yeah.
Yeah, the circle.
And it's like kind of. And it just goes to the wall, and then goes back around the floor and all that sort of stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was just checking in it because
Yeah,
whether you saw something different or not.
yeah, the robot vacuum cleaner. And it's just like, but obviously there's implications because that robot vacuum cleaner is a lot smaller than the bigger ones, isn't it? So obviously someone's going to be losing out somewhere. There's going to be job losses, isn't there? Because it's shrunk in size, the vacuum cleaner, compared to those big like ones that you used to like roll on the floor when I used to be a cleaner many moons ago and used to roll on the floor and stuff. But all these things we need to consider, like talking about the self-service as well. Like my mum absolutely hates the self-service because my mum's in her 70s. She can't work out how to do all this self-service nonsense. But it's things like the customer experience, and those self-service machines are always fucking breaking down as well. Like, you put something on it. Oh, it can't recognize that you put a loaf of bread on the stupid self-service machine.
It won't do that. That refund, bring that machine back. But let's run this meritocracy video, yeah.
Okay.
So we go learn today. Yeah. All right. Let it play.
Do is they use their money to determine what everything else happens in society, even if everyone else has enough to eat and adequate shelter, because they don't have equal power.
Daniel Markovits, welcome to How the Light Gets In.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
So you're a professor at Yale Law School, one of the most elite educational institutions in the world. And yet a lot of your work recently has been critical about those very institutions and the people you educate. So have you felt a tension in critiquing the very system you excel in?
I mean, there's a tension of a certain sort, but I don't know that it's a different tension from anybody who has privilege critiquing the kind of privilege that they have. One of the things about this economic and social order that we've built is that it creates situations in which people who see through its structures have incentives and really only possibilities to act in ways that promote its structures. And this is maybe a particularly extreme version of that, and the tension is real, but I don't think it's only sort of particular or specific to someone in my circumstances.
So Yale Law School hasn't knocked on your door and said, can you turn that down a bit?
Oh, that's a separate question. No, it hasn't. But that's also a profound reflection of the system we're in, which is that the system is sufficiently stable at the moment, and its elite institutions are sufficiently self-confident that they're quite happy to have people inside them criticizing them, even very aggressively. Partly, I think, because they believe that at the end, the criticisms will not be effective.
So both in the UK and I think to a great extent in the US.
Was it there? Yeah. So obviously it's a interview with a Yale professor about what he believes the issues with this so-called meritocracy, and obviously the way that the game's kind of rigged for those with enough resources to pay for the training and to ultimately end up with you being in the correct place for any of the extremely well-paid jobs that could ever be on offer.
Yeah, what I think was quite interesting about him, what he said was that they don't have a problem with people who go to those schools and those universities criticizing them because they know it's they're
change.
It's not going to affect
it's not going to change anything. Yeah, obviously if it was when it starts to be like, right, maybe it's a bit of an issue now, then they'll ban that sort of talk.
Yeah, this is it. When you get a following, and power, it's just like
then it will be an issue, but right now it's not an issue.
It's just like It's real, like with the arrogance of that as well, though.
That is real gangster shit, though. That's how you mean. That's what I'm trying to talk about. This is real life gangster shit, you know, and people keep talking about so and so. It's actually happening in real life with government figures daily, cuz like the man then told you, cuz yeah, we're allowing you to bitch because your bitching ain't gonna change nothing. But let it start taking effect though. You get me? We'll silence your bomber class. So, alright,
You know what? Dean came up with a solution. Like, I'm just going to read this in the chat. It says, we need politicians who are experiencing the same pressures of the majority. What do you think about that, Philip? Do you think that will work?
Yeah, I think a mix of different politicians, like obviously some from the upper, some from the middle, and some from the lower. You know what I mean? But obviously people that are qualified in speaking on behalf of whichever constituencies elected them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's mad.
But some would say Angela Rayner, wasn't Angela Rayner just a care, once she a teenage mum, a gym slip mum, 16 and a teenage mum.
And also West Streeting as well. He come from, his family was on benefits and all that sort of stuff there. He was saying. He said he had free school dinners at school.
Yeah, so we're thinking, I suppose the question is to Dean is, what percentage of the political elite are coming from working class backgrounds, and what percentage are from the elite and the middle class? You know what I mean? To see if having more people that are experiencing the pressures of everyday life would make a difference.
Yeah, it don't seem like it though, because like right, we got Keir Starmer doing the most pagan shit in the world. Like you said, Angela Rayner was a single mum's. West Streeting's parents was on benefits. They said what Keir Starmer's mum's disabled to pussy clout, yo, and he said, yo, hear what I'm saying? I'm putting pressure on you, man. Yeah, car. I was there too, so. Yo, I'm not too sure if it worked out the way.
His mum might be disabled, but he was like, because I'm looking at it, he went to grammar school for one, so that gives you opportunities. Straight away, it's moving you to the middle class, isn't it? Because the average working class person doesn't go to a grammar school. Now, even if his mum was disabled, he came from a middle class family, didn't he? So if you're a middle class,
yeah, but you know what it is though? It's a disabled thing. I was putting in there because obviously it's the squeeze on the disabilities benefits that's coming up right now. That's the argument that's been made right now. That obviously Keir Starmer's about to put or reduce the amount of benefits certain disabled people will be receiving.
As it says, his mother was a nurse, so that's like a nurse is a middle class job, isn't it? It's not a working class job, is it? Before she got this.
Yeah, but it depends on it. Like, if you say you was a nurse and your husband's got a decent job as well, then you might be able to be in the middle class thing with that. But if you've got one's a nurse and I don't know, the other one's like shop assistant.
It says his father was a tool maker, which is the highly skilled crafts working in manufacturing industry.
That's big bread still, but like that that's the funniest thing in it. Like man said, his dad was a tool maker.
Nurse
and they said Keir Starmer's a tool. That's the funniest thing in it. They said Keir Starmer.
I'm sorry, but
they said Keir Starmer's a tool.
Working class job when the nurses have to go to fucking university. Allow it. Working class job is fucking working on the checkout.
But you can get working class nurses though. People from working class background now do nursing still.
Yeah, but it's not a working class job if you've got to go to university to do it. Oh, hi, Khan.
I don't know. What's the pay range for nurses anyway? I don't know what the pay.
I don't think he's that great. I don't think they're on that much.
They want a lot more than the fucking checkout girl that they just fucking put on the scrap heap. I
think if you're getting your universal credit and you're getting your housing benefit, like these low paid jobs ain't really that bad. It gets you out the house, gets you doing stuff, gets you meeting people. Like I was in Costa the other day in Burnt Oak. I don't know if you man know Burnt Oak. It's a weird area because it used to be really Jewish, then it become really Asian, and now there's like Polish people there. Like so, it's like a nice mixture of people. So I went to Burnt Oak now, went in the Costa. I'm seeing some back off on some Portuguese or Brazilian chicks. Yeah,
there's going to be
I'm
no
like,
prostitution or anything involved in this story, is there? Can't.
no, I went to the. Now this time I didn't f no one. I ended up getting effed because I went to some Indian mechanic and the man told me he done an oil change, took my money, and then the oil was still the same oil. I'm like, nah, I got robbed by an Indian. Yeah, man. So £100 was out the window yesterday. I was brewing. I was like,
You said you got robbed by an Indian, yeah?
Got robbed, bro.
I'm an Indian. Oh, hey, you know,
by
I see
Indian
my
man
man
looking me in my face, telling me, Wallahi, Aki, we changed the oil. I go, Simbro, where's the oil filter? Show me the package. We threw it in the bin. But it's one of them ones where you either smash up the whole place, yeah, or just pay up and just fuck off and just think, do you know what? I ain't coming back here again. But I was like, do you know what? I was in half a mind just to spaz and just do a calm spaz when I proper spaz out. I'm going to the geezer. Did you change the oil? He's like, yeah. I got to him, say wallahi. He's like this. I'm not saying wallahi. He's going, yeah, he shit himself. But the other geezer was like, no, you have to pay. You have to pay. And that fucking spazzing out. And they fucking boxed me in some fucking dead end road with their cars. I was boxed in.
Did you just do like an Indian accent?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, you have to pay.
You have to pay. You have to pay. I was like, all right, man, anyway, whatever. How much do I owe you? I'm not paying you the full amount. He's like, no. So I ended up giving him a one-er. Luckily, I got them to do my fucking spark plugs for me, so I got something out of them. But yeah, just left there, just brewing. But anyway, cut a long story short, there was just like bare hot chicks working in Costa. It was like, right,
yeah, finished it. I was thinking, but when you say there's not going to be any girl of small statures or low height. Going to be described in this story.
No, these ones were fully stacked. They're fully stacked. Some Brazilian goddess level chicks, man, working in Costa. Me and my brethren's in there like, right, is this even Costa? Like, where are we? Like, well, we're coming to Burnt Oak regular. Yeah, man. But yeah, like, there's a lot of low paid jobs now. But I think what it is, like I said, because you're getting the universal credit and you're getting a little top up from the government. Really, what the government's doing is subsidizing these companies like Costa and Sainsbury's and whoever who hire these low-skilled people. Really, our money, we think is coming to us, but it ain't really. Like, if you watch Thingy Garrett Economics, he'll explain it better than me, where he's saying, yeah, the government will pay you money, but where you going with that money? You ain't going nowhere. You're spending that money here still. So really, they're paying you to spend the money back on their own shit. You get me? So the money ain't going nowhere, as we know, right? So this whole thing about capitalism is a scam. Democracy now has become a scam. I think that they're just trying to maintain some level of decorum where people don't start switching to civil disobedience. And like, yeah, man, they're taking money away from disabled people. It's like, boy, times are going to get hard. But we knew this already, man. Everyone's all thingied in. Everyone's all buckled in for the ride now.
Keir Starmer's basically Maggie Thatcher. 2.0.
But worse. These man
were trying to tell me, you're just anti-Semite. You just love Jeremy Corbyn. You just love Jeremy Corbyn. Oh, you love Diane Abbott. Look, you must be Diane Abbott's nephew and all that shit, yeah? And I was saying, oh, yeah, but Keir Starmer's a pagan, though. Look how he dealt with this. Look how he dealt with that. Yeah? Then Keir Starmer gets elected. Wait. Keir Starmer gets elected, yeah? And now these men are barling. And I'm like, just remember, Keir Starmer's your daddy now. Yeah? You man are barling for Donald Trump. Oh, we need Donald Trump. We need Donald Trump style figure. running the Black House. We were Donald Trump style. Yeah, all these man bitching and marling cuts like. Nah, where's the? He's not anti-Semite. He's not anti-Semite no more, right? Oh, he's not anti-Semitic no more, right? Yeah, you dickheads, you mother pagans, cuz. Yeah, man, trust me. But yo, imagine, yeah, until Keir Starmer got elected, these men were arguing with me every day about how Keir Starmer's a better Labour leader than Jeremy Corbyn.
Yeah, that's mad.
Every day.
To even suggest that. To even suggest that's crazy.
Yo, but so
yeah, that's a madness. Like the thing is though, like I'm a Jeremy kind of guy, innit? Like Jeremy's my dude, right? But cut a long story short, in 2025, Jeremy's policies cannot work in this climate. Like you would need such a huge shift in the mindset of the people to facilitate them kind of policies that like we're too far up the road now. Like we're in some disgusting territory where like people like Nigel Farage are just speaking freely, like as if, yeah, it's my time to shine. Like that's the times we're living in.
Is, though, yeah.
That's the times we're living in, bro.
Yeah.
Mad thing.
It's just like you don't even really have to do anything in this time, man. You just have to just let Donald Trump fuck up the place the way he's gonna fuck up.
That's
the
how
place,
it's gonna
man.
be, bro. It's gonna be an onslaught.
He's ruining he's ruining
rushing up the whole world, bro. Man, starting wars with Canada for fuck's sake. It's a mad thing. He don't care, bro.
Hey, one sec, yeah. Hey, listen, hey, Kaylee, listen. I ain't said your name for God knows how long, innit, man. I really don't want to have these discussions, man. So I want you to get on with your life and fix your shit still, man. So. No, I do. I'm not even trying to troll you or I'm not retaliating.
I think that's really sweet, bro.
Or any of that sort of stuff there, innit? Like, I just want
it's
you
like,
to
you
fix
know,
up now, innit, man?
I know because you can relate to the level of pain. You can hear the pain.
Your hearings in the back. TikTok.
What's that? TikTok? About TikTok? Now, we can't even bother to listen to what she's going to talk about. Let's allow Kaylee, innit? Everyone just ignore Kaylee for now. Try and get on with what she needs to get on with in actual real life.
Yeah.
It's like, you know.
Anyway, listen. What was you talking about? Oh, yeah.
How these men were trying to tell me about
Jeremy.
About fucking, about how Jeremy Corbyn's a pagan and Keir Starmer's a better leader for Labour and whatever, yeah? Yeah, I'm specifically talking about Luke. Yo, Luke, where you at, cuz? I noticed that you ain't been typing for the last couple of days, B.
Luke's a madman, bro. He's talking about bring back the British Empire. I think the British Empire done a lot for the world. I think it's a very positive thing to bring back. And he's saying that to a full-blown Indian. Man like Carvey was on the panel. I was like, oh, how are you saying that to an Indian after you rinsed out their whole country? Mad thing.
Because there's lots of Indians in Preston, where Luke's from.
Who even cares where he's from, man? Man's a weirdo.
Luke will probably see it. There's quite a few Indians in Preston. That's their reparations check. Because they get to come to Preston.
See, here's the thing though, this is in a way, yeah, why we're lucky is that the real English, you got nothing to prove to no one. They don't have to exaggerate with their policies and their politics. Like they're in that middle. But these like little beggars, like these half Irish, half Italian, like little wankers that are really trying to like infiltrate and become establishment, right? They're the ones you got to watch out for because they got something to prove. They're trying to prove, yeah, I'm as white as the next man, yeah. But Luke, you're not though. Oh my God. You're not though. Like, all right, your skin colour's white. It's true. It's true. I'm telling you. No, but not just Luke though. Really, not just Luke. Look, Tommy Robinson. What about Tommy Robinson? Tommy Robinson.
Oh my day.
Donny Rasco. Wait. What about Donny Rasco?
Wait, what is he now?
Donny Rasco's
like grandfather's Italian or something. He's probably related to Carl. Do you know these?
But how are you half Irish, half Italian, trying to tell English people how they should? Bruv, you're just another fucking Banksy, bruv. You're just another Banksy. You're not even from here. You're telling people how to live their lives. It's a mad thing, bruv. But this is what I'm saying. Like, bruv, listen. Look at the psychology behind it. Look at the psychology. It's because they're trying to prove their worth. They're saying, look, Mr. White Man, I'm worthy of living amongst you. I'm better off. I'm the better immigrant than these other immigrants. That's what they're trying to show you. Like Italians, like who was the other one that jumps on? Parmo, the right-wing Italian with the northern accent. Yeah, my granddad was selling ice cream in 1972. Bro, allow it, bro. Allow it.
One moment.
Bro, you know what these men are chatting about, really? Have you ever heard of something called wait, Vel? Have you ever heard of something called a penny lick? Really, do you know what a penny lick is? A penny lick.
Yeah.
It's the ice cream you used to get before the man invented the cornets, yeah? So that you don't get a cornet with it. Man gives you a little glass in the shape of like a little cup, and they put the ice cream in it, and you have to lick it and give it back to the man, and he rinses it in a little pot and gives it to the next man to lick.
Hang on. Like YouTube prophet, Turkish trafficking gangs. Look, the Italian man can never talk about trafficking.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, one moment. No,
how are you even chatting?
Can't let me finish. Look, the Italians and the Sicilians are known for trafficking. They are
and the Romanians
that are trafficking people from the Middle East and Africa into Europe. Yeah, you heard of the Roman Empire? I beg you don't lecture the Turks on trafficking.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Still trafficking. You think you?
But the thing is, like Betty, they're trying to rope us into this argument of who's the better immigrant. But I don't care about Turkish gangsters. Throw them all in prison. Why are you telling me about Turkish gangsters for? Like, why are you telling the average Pakistani man about groomers? We don't care about these people. They're criminals. That's what police is there for. Deal with them, innit? Like, we're not caping for our criminals.
Trafficking 13-year-old Nigerian girls into Europe to get fucked by European men.
Mad thing.
You know what I mean?
Madness.
Come on, man. Italian man can't even talk to anyone about trafficking. That's what
they're the worst for it. They're known for it.
Yeah.
You can't. You gotta turn your mic down a little bit, though, man. You got.
I'm going anyway. I got to duck, man. I got to go. I've got a few things to do. I'll be back though. Big up still.
Can't just come in and try dash too fire and bounce. Like it's funny still.
So the Turks are the king of trafficking.
Yeah.
You people are on smoke. You people are just you got to be joking me. The Turkish man. No, the Turkish man. Before the Turkish man even knew what trafficking was, what was the Italian man doing? How was North Africa the breadbasket of Rome? And that was well before the Ottoman Empire, hundreds of years before the Ottoman Empire. Italian man, Sicilian man, are still trafficking. Why they called the mafia? Go and look at all those.
To this day, that's what he said, yeah. To this day. Oh my days.
You know the mafia owns some of those refugee farms in Sicily and Lampedusa. You know that they're involved in all that trafficking and the foods and everything. I'm just amazed that you tell me about Turkman. Yeah, Turkman is trafficking, but they learn it from the Italians. And they're still doing it. The Italians are still doing it. And what they do is they don't translate. I was watching this woman talking about being trafficked to Europe.
Can't you know why Khan's a pagan though? Yeah, obviously he's gonna try to set the pace, chatting shit about Luke or whatever. Jump off. He's gonna jump back on later at 1-2-5 or Luke or whatever. Isn't it? Yeah. My man's gonna want to do. Luke's gonna fucking definitely want to do a reply back still, man. So let them on there.
I'm kind of shocked that he didn't know that Luke's part Italian. I don't know if it's his grandfather, but he's definitely part Italian. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of surprised that Khan didn't know. Khan thought he was a native. He's Englishman, that his ancestors have been there for hundreds and hundreds and never come from any other parts of the world. But that is funny because Italians and Turks, you people are related. You Italian, you Turks, you Greeks, you're all related, fam. You're constantly hopping off each other's plots.
Oh, but you saying Nate? You said that Khan and Luke are cousins. Oh my god! No, mate, you're going mad. Oh, Luke's gonna go mad still. He might make a tune about you. He might make a fucking tune about you, cuz you got mad. You said him and Kana cousins. Oh shit. Yo. Teleport club. Oh man.
It's so good. Does he have his own
Yeah,
channel?
trust
and
me.
everything?
Yeah. Nah, Luke loves making a diss track, you know, a remix. Still, so be careful. Oh man. Yeah.
I'll bounce because Naifa doesn't want to come on when I'm here, so I'll bounce so she can come on.
Alright, I wanna play a little bit more of the video still, man. But oh shit, hang on. Yeah. But yeah. Alright. Let it play.
As people from both sides of the political spectrum say they believe in equality of opportunity. And a lot of them also equate that with meritocracy. They say, well, we need a system in which those who get rewarded in society are those who deserve to be rewarded.
Nah. Yo! Mad! Yo! He's gonna start anti-Semitism bars. Imagine! Yo! Remember? Respect down the Islamophobia 1, 2, and 3, you know? Yeah? Yo! Oh my god. Yo! Nah. Man said the white respect, you know? Mad. Man's gonna say anti-Semitism 1, 2, and 3, cuz. Yeah. Nah. Oh shit. Nah, that would be funny still. Nah, hey Luke, you gotta make that, cuz. Anti-Semitism 1, 2, and 3, cuz. Yeah. How you mean? Let me find Islamophobia 1, 2, and 3, cuz, yeah. See if I can get them shits played. Hey, you get me? Oh shit. Oh man. Mad. Oh shit. Oh man. Nah, that would be sick still. He's got like bare fucking Zionist dons in the video and that. That would be mad. Oh shit. Oh fucking hell. Let me just go back on mute, man, for a sec, cause goddamn. Alright, you gotta jump on, man. Else I'm gonna have to double it still, man, because God. Lord of mercy.
Rewarded based on their innate talents and their hard work. What's wrong with that picture?
So I think there are 2 points that are really important to make here. The first is that under meritocracy, advantage is distributed based on accomplishment. But there are 3 inputs to accomplishment: natural ability, effort, and training. And people who tend to champion meritocracy focus on natural ability and effort because they think, to my mind correctly, that natural abilities are more or less randomly distributed across the population, and even that differences in natural ability aren't debilitatingly great, and they think that anybody can put in effort. The thing they neglect is training, and training really works. And what's happened in our system is that the new elite, the elite that itself reached its position through meritocratic means, has an unmatched willingness and interest in training its children, and the enormous resources it gets through meritocratic pay enable it to invest in training its children in ways that nobody else can match, with the result.
Alright, pause. Let me pause it there. Yeah, so we're back on task, yeah. Like you were saying, he's talking about before, cause like, yo, the training's different, right? Like, if your child right now goes to the same school or nursery as Prince William's children, for example, the access to employment opportunities, business, and so on, so they're not going to be the same as fucking any of the publicly educated, state educated, sorry, children or whatever. Yeah, it's good. So, my man said there's training, and that they might not even receive certain different training or whatever. Like, man might even be dumber than you because you might get better results than man or whatever. It's really that man them are in that access circles, guys. It's only the exceptional dons that are just able to do that once. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this one. Shut up.
That the children of rich parents are out-trained. And even though they don't have more natural ability and they don't have a greater propensity to put in effort, all the training that gets pushed into them is incredibly effective and means that, for example, at an institution like mine, there are in typical recent years more children whose parents are in the top 1% of the income distribution than in the entire bottom half. And incidentally, this is not limited to elite educational institutions. There was a study a few years ago about Major League Baseball in the United States, and the share of Major League Baseball players whose parents are Major League Baseball players has been going up. And the reason is not natural ability. The reason is it takes an enormous amount of training to be able to hit, say, a Major League curveball. And if your father knows how to do that and starts teaching you how to do that when you're 3 and can invest in coaches, by the time you're 18, you will know how to do that. And what that shows is that meritocracy and equality of opportunity are not the same thing. So that's the first very important point. The second very important point, which is briefer, is that when inequality of outcomes gets big enough, equality of opportunity becomes impossible. That's true under meritocracy because the elite outtrains everybody else, but it's true under every system. When outcomes are too different, those who have the most will use their privilege and power within the system or against the system, but often within the system, to secure opportunities for their children, and so equality of opportunity disappears.
Great. I'd like.
Yeah, that. Alright. Yeah, I don't even know if we even need to run the rest of the video. So, yeah, like the actual main points have just been made in it. Like, yeah. I've got like 10 minutes to get to this fucking place still. I just needed to run up in the shop really fast. So let me run a quick video, intermittence in between. Yeah. In the meantime, between time.
Your pum pum bring life. Your tight pum pum bring life. Your pum pum bring life. Cock up now. Your pum pum bring life.
Yo. So right now, real quick still. Alright, let's get back.
To ask you about that in a second, but should we stay on this idea of meritocracy? So a lot of people who critique our current socioeconomic arrangement argue that, well, meritocracy isn't working. We don't really have a meritocratic system. But you say, no, we do have a meritocratic system that's working, but that's unjust. What is it that the first group is missing? Do they miss this kind of crucial aspect of training that goes into meritocracy?
So I'm obviously, I have a dog in this fight. So people should discount what I say on account of the fact that I have a view. On the other hand, I've thought about it a lot. I mean, the disadvantage of thinking about something a lot is that you have a view. The advantage is that you thought about it a lot. And that's a balance that people have to strike when they think about this. But the reason I began with this preface is that it's not part of my view that the elite aren't cheating. The elite are cheating. And so there is some degree of elite capture, of rent seeking, and just of outright fraud. And that's an important part of what's happening in the system. But my view is it is not the dominant explanation for the concentration of privilege at the top and the concentration of advantage in the children of rich parents. And, you know, one way to illustrate this is that in the United States, for example, if you are a big enough donor to a university, that affects your child's ability to get into that university, and it makes a difference. But the amount you have to donate is very, very large. $5, $10, $15 million. I don't know the exact amount because the universities, being ashamed of this, keep it secret. A very small number of kids get in that way. If your parents are alumni, that also helps you. But it's debatable how many kids get in on account of the alumni privilege or preference. And one reason that I know this is that my own law school has no alumni preference at all. And yet, our student body looks like the student body of other places, full of the children of privileged parents. The reason why is that the rich can secure an, in my mind, unjust advantage for their children within the system, rather than by violating the meritocratic rules. And to give you a sense of the force and power of this, here are two statistics about the United States that are striking. On the SAT test, which is the college admissions test, the gap between the typical SAT score of a child whose parents are in the top 5% of the income distribution and a middle-class child is now about 250 points. The gap between the typical SAT score of a middle-class child and a child that grows up below the poverty line is just 125 points.
Yo, so you know what's mad though, yeah? I noticed that Mr. Know-It-All type and all them man there's disappeared, didn't it? Yeah, because when it's time to argue against the Harvard professor, the man them gone silent, right? Yeah, 99. Yeah, me. Yeah, fam. I hear me. Let me run my dub plate again. I want them feel alright.
Your pum pum bring life.
Bring loud.
Your tight pum pum bring life. Your pum pum bring life. Your pum pum bring life.
Yeah, man, you mean? You know, hey. Yeah, mate. So, yeah, but yeah, man, say that, cause yeah. But anytime man's made any of the points that this Don's made, yeah, there's know-it-all, big mouth, says so, does this, does that, blah blah blah. All you man are typing in the chat trying to tell man how it is and how it isn't. Yeah. Now this fucking Don's on here saying the same shit, but in his suit with his legs crossed. Yeah, me. Yeah, with better grammar and that. Yeah, you shut your mouths. Huh? What do you mean he's telling the truth? Of course he's telling the truth, because he's been saying what I've been saying. Huh? That's funny still. Yeah, that is comedy shit still. Mad. So there is no such thing as meritocracy, yeah? That's what you're saying, yeah? That's weird still, man. Huh? You feel validated? For what? You ain't never made none of the points that this brother's made. I've made the points that this brother's made. How about you feel validated? What? What is this guy on? Yeah, fam. No. You ain't been saying the same shit for years, cuz. God, man, fam. Anytime we've been talking about any equalities, you man are here telling us there's no such thing as that. Yeah. The only equality that you man believe in is either two-tier policing, we want our country back, and fucking illegal immigrants get everything and English people get nothing. No. Alright. Listen. I'm gonna need to flick out in a sec, man, because car park's underground. Oh shit, sorry, wrong video.
The rich middle class gap is twice as big as the middle class poverty gap. And that's achieved not by cheating the system, but by playing within the system. An even more extreme version of this is that in a recent year, I looked at the numbers, there were roughly 15,000 high school seniors in the United States, one of whose parents had attended graduate or professional school, who scored at the Ivy League median on the SAT verbal score. If you ask how many kids in the country were there, neither of whose parents graduated high school, who scored at the Ivy League median, the answer is that the tail at that point is so thin that statistical techniques are unreliable. But if you crunch the numbers, it's under 100. And that is an enormous difference, obviously, who gets into the Ivy League, and it doesn't require any cheating. Now, the fact that it doesn't require cheating, this is the last point I want to make, doesn't make it okay. And the other criticism I have of people on the left who focus on the abuse of the system is a criticism that people on the more radical left have always had of people on the more centrist left, which is they moralize and personalize politics. And it feels good to say that those who are at the top are somehow corrupt or venal. But if the real problem is structural, actually focusing on the corruption is a way that the system doesn't get challenged. Because it's relatively easy to say, let's get the rotten apples. Let's shut down the alumni preference. Let's stop people from being able to bribe their way into university and say we've won. And the fact is, even if all those things happened, the system would be, I don't know the precise number, 90%, 80%, as unequal as it is now. And structural change is hard. And that's what the system needs.
So you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, man. So, that's a wrap still, man. I tried to get you, man, to jump on. You never jumped on still, man. I've got too much stuff to do. So, say less in it. But like you said there, innit, yeah, the radical change is what the people are actually asking for, and it changes system. So real equality and fairness is felt. Yeah. Waste. Alright, big up, yeah?